Well, several countries are now warning their citizens and residents about traveling to the U.S. Canada, Britain, Germany, Finland, Denmark are among the countries who have updated their travel advisories. While they are not warning against traveling to the U.S., they are warning citizens to be extra careful and to follow all entry rules, or they could risk being detained. There are several stories floating around in recent weeks in which Customs and Border Protection agents have been denying travelers entry into the U.S. after searching through their phones. We're joined now for more insight on this by Ron Wada, an immigration attorney for Tofopolsky and Smith in San Francisco. Ron, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
So, Ron, the Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable search and seizures, but there is apparently a border search exception. Can you tell us about that?
Certainly, that exception has always existed. It's gotten more publicity these days because of particularly the Trump administration's executive order requiring what they call extreme vetting, which means that in the particular case of border inspections, the inspectors have to be extra alert, extra careful about who they allow into the United States.
So can they do this? Can they actually search your phone?
Absolutely.
Okay. Wow.
The Constitution offers power to the government to regulate the entry of anyone to the United States. And the border is where that power comes into play.
Wow.
The normal rights that we enjoy in the United States to unreasonable search and seizure are softened in that context.
Wow. All right. So by the numbers here, in 2016, Customs and Border Patrol numbers show officers searched 19,000 mobile devices. Last year, that number exploded to 47,000. Can you decline the search of your mobile phone?
Well, you can. If you're a U.S. citizen, you can decline the search, but they can hold your phone. So it really doesn't pay, or there's no special advantage to decline the search.
Gotcha.
You're much better off just allowing the search.
The international students at UC Berkeley, we reported, were warned not to leave the country because of issues like this. People coming into the United States are citizens. We also have permanent residents or green card holders, of course, and those with a visa. And this applies broadly to anyone coming in through CBP?
Yes, absolutely. Of course, you have greater rights as a citizen. But that doesn't mean they can't search your phone.
Wow. All right. So how deep can these searches go? Because you also have the connection, you log into your bank account, your finances are on your phone. How deep can these officers go, and what do we know about how they're doing that?
Well, all these issues are working their way through the courts right now. How deep a search can go, what is sufficient to trigger that kind of search. These are all, what shall I say, nuances that are working their way through the courts right now. But so far, in the great majority of situations, the searches don't turn up anything. And there was one case recently, for example, where a search turned up child pornography on a phone, and that was sufficient to justify holding the phone, and it caused great consternation on the part of the citizen.
So if you were stopped and they say, well, I want to access your bank account, do you show it to them? In addition to looking through your pictures on your phone, and CBP says, well, we want to also see your bank account. Can you open that up for us on your phone? What should you do?
What should you do? Well, the way to protect yourself from that, if you're worried about that kind of a search, is to either remove that from your phone entirely before you go, or don't take your phone with you.
Wow. Any other safeguards that you would recommend to people as we enter kind of this different phase here of traveling in and out of the country?
Well, there are programs offered by CBP and by Department of Homeland Security called Trusted Traveler Programs. You can register for them, you pay a fee, they do a pre-check on you, and then you can feel some sense of security that your record, as far as the CBP is concerned, is clear.
Gotcha. Okay. So, I haven't signed up for them because they cost a little extra, but maybe it might be worth it if you're traveling in and out of the country a lot. You may reduce your chances of being stopped and heavily searched. Ron Wada with Tefapolsky and Smith in San Francisco. Thank you so much for your insight this morning. We appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Download Fox Local for more videos on demand.